Why do you like to be alone? I can be myself. I never know which version of myself I am when I have to socialize. I always feel terrible afterwards and scrutinize what I said or did. I feel mentally discombobulated. When I am alone, there's no stress. I like myself more. The biggest plus of being alone. Because it's nice to be alone with your thoughts and enjoy alone time. Definitely agree. I don't feel as if I truly processed new information or circumstances until I've been alone. I've always liked being alone with my thoughts too. I've always wondered if that makes me arrogant, like do I think they're better than other people's, or do I just like the fact I can spend time exploring my ideas. It's quiet. The older I get, the more I hate ruckus. My favorite line from a TV show, from Buffy and spoken by Xander, I like the quiet. Solitude is comforting. When I'm alone I don't have to be scared to be myself, and I don't have to pretend I'm feeling fine all the time. This is such a good explanation. People who don't get it always wonder what introverted people do that make them enjoy solitude. Nothing. It's not about what you do when you're alone, it's about how being alone makes you feel. For me anyway, like you said, I am in a constant state of calm and peace. I don't have to think about anyone else or think about what I should say. I am just me. In the present moment. Calm and self-aware and happy. Yeah, so true. My friends are annoying sometimes. It's good to take breaks. I like to rotate around. Mine are super obnoxious sometimes. Have to tell them to shut up every once in a while. I like having multiple friend groups. It is the least stressful condition to be in. I will never understand codependent people. Being alone is the one time you can literally do what you want and completely be yourself. No one to shoot down your plans and no hearing opinions from people. Alone time is bliss. Not for everyone, some people get anxious when their brain is left to itself. Edit, I want to add, that I experienced both in the past. Mostly I'm also really relaxed when I'm alone. In my opinion, it is nice to be alone every now and then, as it is allowing you to self-reflect and enjoy some quality time with yourself. However, in a more permanent level, I have seen it wrecking my mood and leading me to a state close to depression. Balance does the trick for me. I agree with this. Too much thinking/solitude can get me in a solemn mood. I think that being alone does not mean just sitting there with your thoughts. It can, sometimes, but honestly, doing things alone is also great. I like to do long solo hikes, or bike rides. It's great. Suffering alone, as in, doing something taxing, mentally or physically, can feel great by yourself, free of judgment. You get to experience things only for yourself, no one else. People are exhausting. I tend to believe all people have two gas tanks. One that can only be filled up by the company of those you truly connect with, and one that can only be filled up by time alone. And they are different sizes for different people. I used to think that the worst thing in life was to end up all alone. It's not. The worst thing in life is ending up with people who make you feel all alone. In fact, I love to be alone. I never found the companion that was so companionable as solitude. Believe me, loneliness adds beauty to life. It puts a special burn on sunsets and makes night air smell better. Robin Williams. Edit, formatting. Human interaction is fucking exhausting. Isn't that the truth? I'm always mentally and physically tired after being around others. There are seldom few people I can hold a one-on-one conversation with. I need a third person in many instances because I do not have the capacity to bear that much conversation alone. I hate the stress of having to constantly be present in mind when I'm with other people. I love being able to space out and sit in silence and just be in my own head. Being around people for extended periods of time drains me and I need a day to myself to reset. I constantly space out in public because I am the same and just don't love chatting/mingling. My best friend can always tell when I'm mentally checked out and brings me back to reality. I've always been that way, would rather enjoy my own company for countless hours than be around people and feel the need to leave after a while. Edit, bro, I has this blown up, thanks for 10,000 upvotes. I am just like you, but my parents are always forcing me to stay longer than I feel comfortable, and I end up hating hanging out with my friends. Any tips to hang out willingly more often? Yeah, I just prefer to be alone. I can do what I want and don't have to worry about other people being there or wanting to talk to me. After a few years of trying things out, I've come to notice that after about a week of being constantly in presence of other people, like if I'm on vacation with friends or spending time with family for the holidays or whatever, I start to get increasingly annoyed by them and get angry over absolutely ridiculous shit. At that point, all I really need is to go home and be by myself for a while. I'm not annoying anyone. This hits home. Shout out to the crippling fear of and constant feeling that you're bothering other people just by existing, so you have to bottle up 90% of your personality, which then feels incredibly exhausting. So despite sometimes enjoying people, you spend way more time alone than you should. Gang. Being around a group of people is awkward since I don't really talk to people I don't know. Because I don't know how to interact with people well. Here's mine. I desperately want a community, but I've never been able to figure out how to successfully build deep relationships outside of my marriage and immediate family. So I can fart in peace. FIP. And pants are optional, though use caution if you're gonna combine the two. Because I don't like small talk and I don't like loud people. I hate small talk. It's like I don't give a fuck about the weather or sports, and no, I don't care about how your family is. Edit, I hardly ever mean 100% or what I say, and most of it is done for a dramatic effect in hopes it will be perceived as humorous. I felt this. Because I need my peace and quiet. I love to daydream. I daydream vividly, all the time, to the point where something is probably wrong with me. I daydream when I'm with other people, but I'm better at it when I'm alone. You may find r/maladaptive daydreaming or r/immersive daydreaming of interest. Smile. So I can get shit done. I'm a bit of a weirdo and I like being alone because I don't have to explain why I said something or did something. I feel like when I'm around people that I have to significantly tone down my personality, which can get pretty exhausting. Yup. You just said exactly what I was trying to say in an earlier comment in this thread. I constantly feel I have to tone down me being me. I just want to let my weird flag fly, as in it's only weird to you. Ick that you don't understand my thought processes, methods, and sense of humor. Nonetheless, I have to tone it down. BC my unconventionally makes you uncomfortable. Agreed. I'm a mix between an introvert and an extrovert. I like spending time and talking to other people, but I can only recharge my energy when I am alone. So if I have to socialize for 2 to 3 days in a row, I would make an effort to spend the next day completely alone to get back into good headspace, because I get tired from socializing. There are many more of us than people realize. Gregarious introverts. That's me 100%. Love to hang out with friends and go to bars and shows and be around people, but then I need an afternoon to just not talk to anyone. I feel pretty lonely all the time. When I'm around people I feel alienated because I don't seem very happy and I'm really distant and quiet, which causes others to question me and put me on the spot. It's just my personality, nothing is bothering me. It reached the point where I've lost friends and had to put on a fake personality so people didn't think I was weird. Which adds to the loneliness. I like to be alone because I can feel comfortable about being myself. I don't have to worry about being called a downer, melodramatic, or suicidal. For the record, I am not considering suicide. I like to be alone with my thoughts. I am a deep thinker and like to have time to figure things out on my own. I'm a textbook overthinker. Zero drama. False, I have imaginary arguments all the time. It depends who you are with and to what degree your relationship goes. I do agree though. It is a good argument. No people, no drama. I don't like dealing with shit that's just fucking dumb, like people reading too much into shit and just being really dialed into societal boundaries. This is the best reason ever. I agree 100%. Subscribe for more hot Reddit takes in your inbox, guaranteed.